Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Dazzled or Disappointed review for you on the new custom or Cover FX custom enhancer drops. These are in the shade Halo, and these are the drops that were recently released. There were 3 new shades that they released, and these were the drops that were supposed to be the multi-dimensional kind of holographic drops, and so these are the only ones I picked up out of those 3. They released also a rose gold version, not multi-dimensional, just rose gold, and then they released like a kind of like a peony blush type color. And so I picked these up because we know that holographic colors are super trendy right now as far as highlighters and as far as makeup go, and so I wanted to try these out because I love the custom enhancer drops by Cover FX. I've got the 3 previous highlighters that they had released, so Moonlight, Sunlight, and Celestial. I love them. I have been wanting to pick up the bronzer, but it has been out of stock on Sephora for forever. And so I picked these up because I love the others so much that I figured these are going to be just as good. So I've used them. I'm wearing them on my face today underneath one of the shades from the Anastasia Moonchild palette. And so let's just go ahead and jump right into this so that I can give you the swatch so that I can tell you what I think of them. And so yeah, that way I can also layer one of the shades from Moonchild on this and you can see how that looks as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so just like the other Cover FX drops, it does come in this little dropper bottle. Same thing. It does, I always find even with the other ones that it's hard to really, I don't know, it's probably because I go light-handed on squeezing the little tip so that I don't get a whole lot of product because then it's too much. But I have found that to be the same with this. It doesn't pick up a lot if I try to go light-handed. But so same style as the previous ones. It retails for $42 on the Sephora website. I was able to pick it up during the app pre-launch, and they have since launched on to the regular Sephora website. So let's just go ahead and do a real quick swatch of this. So I'm going to put more on my hand than what I would normally put to apply to my face. So this is significantly more than what I would use for my face. Half of this is what I can use for both cheeks. As y'all know, I love to use a liquid highlight as a base before doing the powder highlight, and the custom drops are the perfect, or the enhancer drops are the perfect way to get a good base under a powder highlight to make your highlight just really stand out if you're looking for a powerful glow. So let me just go ahead and rub this on my hand. Now the first thing I will tell you that I noticed, and here's the swatch. So it is really that, you know, unicorn type color that everybody is going after right now, that holographic type color, multi-dimensional. That really is this color. Now I will say the first thing I noticed is that this feels, I don't know, I know the others are liquid as well, but this feels significantly more watery than the other ones do. And I know that sounds really strange, but it's almost like a thinner consistency than the others are. And so I did find when applying it that it almost went on really thin. And I really had to work with it as far as blending it into or onto my cheeks. And so that was the first thing that I wasn't super crazy about. The other thing that I wasn't super crazy about is that it takes a while to dry down, where I feel the others have a consistency to where even though they are liquid, they dry really quickly. This one on the other hand does not. So I spread it out on my hand and showed you all, and it's even now still wet because it's still drying down and has not yet dried down completely so that I can add something from the Moonchild palette. So that's the other thing I noticed. So that is 2 things already that I expected to be very different. Now the third thing I expected to be very different based on the swatch I had seen online before this was launched, this was weeks ago when this was still kind of an anticipation item, is that it looked so much more pigmented in the picture, like in the promo pictures, then I feel like it's coming across now. I feel like it's not as powerful as I was hoping it would be. It's definitely got that multi-dimensional look, but it's not as intense as I was hoping it would be. So that is that. So I feel like it's dried down enough to where I can add Moonchild on top. yeah, those are really the thoughts I had. Another thing that I had told y'all in my review of the Becca Amethyst review is that particular one didn't look ashy on me, and that's one thing that's very hit or miss with these kind of holographic shades, is that they can sometimes appear very ashy on my skin, and I feel like this unfortunately is one of those. I'm an NW20 light neutral shade or skin tone, and this did, I feel like, look ashy on my skin, but just so that you know. So I am going to add the shade, what I added today, and you can also do, I'm going to try it next with Blue Moon, but I added Purple Horseshoe on top, so it's obviously a little bit more purple and it's a little darker than Blue Moon, but obviously still very, very pretty, very unicorn type shade. And so I'm going to add that on top so that you can see really how much it brings it out, because it does bring it out quite a bit. And that is what I am wearing today on my cheeks. So I will zoom you in here shortly so that you can see what they look like layered together. But that's what that looks like once you put Purple Horseshoe on top of the Halo Cover FX drop. So it really does bring it out more and does give it more of a holographic multi-dimensional effect. So it is pretty. Let me zoom you in real quick. And so I am wearing that on my cheeks. It's Halo and then it's Purple Horseshoe on top. And so it does look slightly ashy. In the sun, it looks amazing. It really does. I do like how it looks in the sun. I just, yeah, I guess I just had higher hopes for this. So obviously I'm a little disappointed. I really did think that this was going to be, based on the others and based on the experience I had with the first highlighters that they released in this line, I think I had the expectation that this was just going to really be a bam, in-your-face holographic type shade, and it wasn't. It was a little bit more on the subtle side. And granted, with holographic type shades, you also, yes, it can't also be, excuse me, as intense as a regular highlight, because it's obviously not your traditional gold or champagne color. It's gonna be more of like a blue purple. However, I did expect it to be a little bit tougher in pigmentation than it was. I did not expect it to be this, I guess, thin in consistency to where it was this watery. So a little disappointed, not entirely, you know, not entirely a bust to where I'd want to send it back, but enough of a disappointment for me to probably not gravitate as much towards it, and for me to be on the lookout for the next amazing holographic multi-dimensional highlight that comes out. So that, I hope, helps answer your questions as to whether or not it's amazing or not. I didn't show the box at the beginning, I'm sorry about that, but comes in your typical Cover FX drops box, and again, it is in the shade Halo. So it's yeah, I'm actually kind of curious now if the rose gold and pink one or blush one that they released, if they're kind of along the same lines of this consistency, or if they keep I guess consistent with the original drops. I'd be curious to know. So if you do pick up the rose gold shade, please let me know in the comments section below as far as your experience with it for consistency, pigmentation, that kind of thing. I'm just wondering if I got a dud, or if this just Halo, because it being the holographic type shade, if it just is supposed to be, or is meant to be thinner and just not as, I don't know, not as quick drying. So please let me know. I was so excited. I have been waiting for that release for a while now, so I am really disappointed, but it is what it is. So let me give you the verse of the day. It is Psalm 84:11, and it says, "For the Lord God is a sun and shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does he withhold from those whose walk is blameless." All right, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you on this journey with me. If you are wanting to look for me on Instagram, you can find me at Michelle's Glamour. I will see y'all very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.